Computer. Hello and welcome to January group meditation. My name is Paula Jane Newman. I'm the founder here of the Aware Meditation Inc. nonprofit, and you're dialing in probably to YouTube. Please take a moment to like, subscribe for our channel. We have loads of educational videos and it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, but every single view goes towards helping the nonprofit get a penny to help do our outreach program. If you're curious about all of that stuff, you can go down below and look at the links and find out more. So let's get started, because in this video, you're going to find about what the trends are for 2025, how to shift your mindset, and then also have a group meditation. When we look at 2025, I like to look at patterns. There are various philosophies that people have. However, if we can see that each particular philosophy or viewpoint towards what's going to happen in 2025 overlaps with an idea or an event that's going to occur, you can pretty much bet that is what's going to happen. So I've done all the hard work for you, and I like to look at patterns and trends. In fact, if you follow more of what Aware Meditation Inc. is about, it's in regarding to finding your particular own true voice. And often, if we look at patterns that we run in our life and trends that we've done over and over again, maybe a different space and a different face, that's where we can actually start to learn about ourselves. All right, so when we look at the year 2025, if you're into numerology, you'll know that it's a number 9. And number 9 is an area of spiritual growth. It's all about completion. It does mean that there can be some tumultuous ups and downs. And this is being recorded on January the 19th. And if you are aware of anything in the news, there has already been tumultuous ups and downs. Los Angeles was set on fire, and many social media individuals are on fire now because TikTok has officially stopped being shown in the United States of America. So there's a lot of fire that's going on. However, as we move more into this year, we're moving more into the section of water. And when we get into water, we get into flow, but we also get into the depths. We also get into our intuition. So if you look at the number 9, and then we're going to look now at the Chinese New Year that comes up February, you'll notice it's going to be the year of the snake, the wooden snake. Various philosophies look at snakes in different ways, but it is always about a snake. Goes on the ground, it's on the earth, it goes by vibration, it uses a sense beyond sight. And if you upset the snake, it will come at you. But if you leave it be, it will be perfectly happy to go on its own way. When we look in the Indian philosophies of the snake, and we often think of the energy of Kundalini, the snake going up, the Sushumna goes around both sides, which where we have our medical sign in the United States. We'll also see that the snake represents change. It is not bad. The shedding of the skin that the snake does. So 2025, as horrible as it sounds, is a year of change. Seriously, does not everyone always talk about change? But this is where it's going to hit on a global point of view. There is a tipping point that has been happening, and people are about to turn that around. We've seen already by movements that have come on to undermine certain social norms that are not healthy for people. We also started to see at the end of 2024, P. Diddy was brought down. We started to see what we call the fall down of the Dark Father. And if you want to know more about that, go and check my 2024 predictions that I did. And some of them are hilariously wrong, but some of them are spot on, including Trump getting presidency, including Biden, something happening to his health, including that Kamala was going to run. Also predicted there was going to be a blackout day for screens. Got the time wrong, but I did predict that. I also predicted assassination attempts. That happened too. So please check that video out. And remember, every time you play a video and you watch a video, it also helps the nonprofit get more awareness and people can learn about it. So let's get back to the snake. So in the terms in the Vedic worldview, the snake is not bad like it is maybe in some of the religious Bible point of view. The serpent, as it were, was tempting. The serpent brings up what's already there. In Vedic astrology, we'll think of Rahu and Ketu, which are two parts of the snake, the serpent. Rahu, which is the head, the mouth, the insatiability, the addiction, or driven forward. And if you follow Vedic astrology, you will know that the Rahu, and everyone is in that cycle, usually the career goes forward. We get bitten by an idea and we just go for it. Now, Ketu, which is the body of the snake that has no eyes and sense, is all about intuition. And so here we have three different philosophies that I'm just using as an example, coming together, bringing this sense of intuition coming even more to the forefront. Bitten with an idea, insatiable. We're getting to a point where people are fed up with the status quo and things are going to change. We are going to have more humanitarian amendments made. If we want to look simply at what's happened in Los Angeles, the price gouging that immediately occurred when people have lost their homes, right? They lost their homes and you're living in a major city where the actual inventory of where to live is low anyway. This is now at the forefront and they are already now beginning to amend situations. We do predict at the end of the year, things are going to go down with the real estate market in general, and people are going to be able to have workarounds and things about how to maybe sustain some property. If you want to know about my predictions for 2025, because of what's going on and because of the tumultuosity and the it's going to be very, very intense, but good. We're going to be taking that offline, and you can find below the link for that for you to participate. That not on YouTube, because there are certain things that people might not want to hear. All right, so when we get into individuality in 2025, if you are single and you're not in a relationship, it is very likely you're going to be pulling up the bridge, as it were, or releasing some things. Now, some of these are going to be temporary as you go in and you look at your intuition, because you might not want to have energies of other people that disturb you for being able to find your own way. One of the best ways to find your own way is be in a process of isolation. So if there's a retreat or a place that you're feeling you've always wanted to go to, this is the year to go and do that. But also remind you, we only ever look at ourselves and the choices that we make. I am not a big advocate of cutting people off. I am not a big advocate of that. I believe 100% in we sort ourselves out. Those people will never come around us. They will start to naturally dissipate. However, there are always exceptions and circumstances. If you found that to be true, go ahead, pop that in the comments. It'd be lovely to hear about that as well from you. If you are in a marital or long-term relationship, you are going to find that unless you start dealing with some of the deeper issues, the intuition or the spiritual path that both of you are on, you might find that some things are going to start to move away to the wayside. As it were, shed your skin. So these are what we're looking forward to for 2025. We're going to have the very normal expected. There's going to be fluctuations in the economy. There's going to be more fluctuations with the weather and the climate. And there is going to be more people trying to hold on for dear life for what they do have, because AI is moving in. What will start to change is, I believe, there's going to be some laws and some movement about how we're going to utilize AI to be able to help people keep their jobs, or better utilize it rather than take jobs away. This is where we need to have that bridge. And of course, we need to have the consciousness of governments to be able to help support people who maybe be at a certain point where they really cannot retrain, and yet they're in that gap where they're not able to retire. Financially, I'm going to say right now, I'm giving you a little bit of a heads up, Bitcoin is going to soar. We are going to find with President Trump, with their own particular NFT, that the US dollar is actually going to go down in value, but you will find Bitcoin will go up. I'm not absolutely advocating anyone purchase it. I'm just making observations and predictions. And more of that will be found when we do have that session, because we're on YouTube. So with that, one of the things that we can do is help ourselves in meditation be able to get centered. When we have all this chaos that's going on around us, it's very important that we take time for ourselves to be able to cut the noise out. And let me tell you, having TikTok cut off for a while, apart from those who financially are supported by that platform, to let you know that this is an opportunity to take a break from some social media and maybe go inward and meditate. People often ask about what is meditation, what isn't it? I can't do it. It's against my religion. There are so many ideas and thoughts about what meditation is. I'm here to guide you, to tell you about the do's and the don'ts, as it were. All right, so the word meditation comes from the Latin meditato, which means to think on something. And if somebody looks back into the 8 limbs of yoga, we have one which is called concentration that is translated into meditation. And that means to go and think on it. If we go further back and we look at where did Latin come from, it absolutely came from the Christian monks, right? They were the ones that were doing the writing at the time, not everyone was eligible. So of course, they put it down to you think on something and then you think on their particular belief, right? However, when we get to more Eastern philosophies of meditation, there's what we call a letting go practice. There's 2 kinds of meditation, concentration and a letting go. At the end of the day, we're all attempting to get to this deep place of inner calm. However, if we are not dealing or addressing with ourselves all that's happening when we're concentrating on something else, or maybe attempting to manifest for something else, is we're just bringing up all our stuff that's attached to it. So let's say we're attempting to manifest more money. Everybody usually tends to want more money or more romance, right? All you're going to do is be manifesting in a larger way what you're already subject to with your past traumas and your history. And people will often wonder, why is this not working? So the letting go technique, specifically the one that I like to teach very much, allows you to go in and you allow all that stress and all that mind to completely wander, and who knows what's coming up. We hold so much stress within our bodies because we're very, very fairly at a point where actually we'll allow our bodies to release stress, our mind to be able to process what's happening. Going to the gym and listening to a nice quiet meditation while you work out is a great tool for the body, but however, it's not actually allowing you to go inward and get rid of some of these stressors that within your system. So today, sorry, having some vocal issues over the holidays. What we're going to do is a little meditation, and during that time, I'm going to ask you to be quiet. I'm going to ask you to literally do nothing. Why don't you take a chance on yourself, knowing that you are enough, and have you be in meditation? That's right, a being meditation. So let's take a moment, close your eyes, and for about 20 minutes, what we're going to do is a being meditation. I may guide you in if you don't do the practice that I've taught. If you're curious about the practice that I've taught, we have an ebook that's completely free if you sign up for our newsletter, and you'll be able to find out true stories from people who learned that meditation. With that, I also want to let you know before we go into the meditation, Aware Meditation Inc. does also offer stress reduction techniques for those who are unable to get out and about, and one of them includes our stand-up comedy for healing class. Sounds a little unique how we can speak our truth for comedy and it can be healing. However, the way we approach it, it 100% is. Plus, it's entertaining and we bring some laughter. So with that said, let's close our eyes and begin this sort of meditation. So I'm going to sit quite comfortably here. You're going to be able to see me the whole time. Aren't you lucky? And I'm going to be timing here for myself, so you don't even need to think about the time. And we're going to very quietly do 20 minutes with our eyes closed. So let's close our eyes, like so. Be comfortable with our neck free and our back supported. And we want to take some time to maybe feel safe with where our feet are on the floor. Where we're sitting, are we being supported by that chair? Are we comfortable? During these 20 minutes, if you start to feel uncomfortable, just move. If you have a little itch you need to scratch, do it. If you're nervous that there's a weird noise in the house, open up one eye slowly and just check it out and then go back. All right, take a couple of breaths in. And let's allow the mind to wander and trust that whatever you do is for the ultimate high purpose of your own good. I'm going to put myself on mute for a second and enjoy the silence. Now, with your eyes closed, if you're using a mantra, let it go. And then just take a moment to bring yourself back. Maybe some stretches. And keep your eyes closed as I talk for the next minute or so to help bring you all back. Rolling of the shoulders, maybe even shaking out the wrists or the feet a little bit, getting some movement. My favorite is also opening up these intercostal muscles, stretching, because once we stretch the breathing apparatus, we start to come back a little bit more. And slowly open your eyes. So please let me know in the comments how that meditation was, especially with the information I gave you beforehand. Might have percolated some things in the brain, as it were, and know that most of what came up was stress. What I'd love for you to do is see how the next 5 minutes or so are, and the rest of your day, if you start to have some more intuitions come up. We have a beautiful course on creative visualization, which is in a very, very, very different way than how most people do it. And it starts at this place of neutrality, of this place of calm. With that, I hope that you've enjoyed the 20 minutes meditation. If you're new to the channel, thank you for visiting. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that lovely stuff. And if you feel that you've learned something from this and would like to take the opportunity to donate to the nonprofit, I'd greatly appreciate it. There are admin costs to have the Dropbox, to have the Zoom, to have the bank account, to have the taxes paid, all of this. And then we have our outreach, which right now is done by people who volunteer 100%. If you know of a location that might be interested in having someone come and teach meditation for underrepresented groups or low-income groups, please reach out to us. If you know of places where people are incarcerated, people are in treatment centers where we can come and teach meditation, or even bring laughter for healing. And those of you who are at home, who are curious about our online courses, please reach out to us directly. My name is Paula J. Newman. I want to thank you for participating, and I wish you a beautiful rest of the year, and hope to see you at the event where we talk more about 2025.